Hey guys, and welcome back to another train simulator video. Today we're going to be doing a service with the C Stock train between Aldgate and Baker Street. So as this is a Metropolitan Line route, unfortunately we are starting on the terminating platforms at Aldgate and not on the correct platforms, which should be this one. And obviously once we get to Baker Street, unfortunately we will be driving onto the Metropolitan Line platforms as well, because that's just how the drive will run, because it is a Met line and not a Circle line. But one thing that is correct is the destination, because this train is going to Hammersmith via Paddington, so I guess that's something. We will put the lights on as we have Hammersmith City line heading towards Aldgate East. Yeah, let's get going. I'm sure if I could change how you do quick drives, then I might be able to change what platforms we arrive at each station, but unfortunately once we get to Baker Street, then I can't really stop at the Hammersmith City and Circle line platforms. If you know how to change this, then let me know. I can do a future video. As we leave Aldgate, the next station is Liverpool Street, where you can change for the Central line, Hammersmith City line, Metropolitan line, and National Rail services, and TfL Rail. Liverpool Street. So we are only driving a 6-car C Stock train, so these platforms are going to be very short, as you can probably tell, for us, so we shouldn't really overshoot any platforms. That's a nice screenshot. So signed towards the Central line, TfL Rail and Underground and National Rail services. Obviously we've got the three colours, the Hammersmith City line, Metropolitan line and Circle line. As this train is ready to depart, please mind the doors. Next station is Moorgate, where you can change for National Rail services and Hammersmith City line and Metropolitan line. I do really miss these trains. I probably enjoy driving this train more than their stock, in my opinion. Signals approaching Moorgate can be a bit tricky in terms of, I believe we do need to go at a certain speed, so let's go around 15 miles an hour. I'm not too sure if the signals only apply to the S stock when you're on this part of the route, or it might be to all trains that you run. Yeah, there's a red signal there. So I believe for this you have to go 5 miles an hour or something as you approach this signal, so which in my opinion is a bit slow. I mean, in real life, if you were doing this, then I think it's a bit stupid, if you ask me. I mean, why would you have a signal literally in the middle of the platform? No one of these trains on this path route takes so long to arrive at the station because it's going so slow. Anyways, we'll stop here. This is Moorgate. I'm trying to get between the train and the platform edge, so I believe these are terminating platforms where National Rail Services used to run, if I'm not mistaken. I've got here, Metropolitan Line, some trains do not stop at these stations: Wembley Park, Preston Road, Norfolk Park, North Harrow, Pinner, Northwood Hills and Northwood. And that applies to fast and fast services, the Northern Line, National Rail. Anyways, let's get going. This next station is Barbican. Luckily for us, that signal is yellow and not red, so don't need to go as slow to the station. This is Barbican. Change it for the Hammersmith and City Line and Metropolitan Line services. Welcome to Barbican. And I believe this runs towards Moorgate, but obviously they close this off with the tunnel part. I think Thameslink services used to run from Moorgate as well, if I'm not mistaken, so that's why they ran from Moorgate past Barbican up until Farringdon, which is our next station, so let's get on to the move. Change at Barbican for the Barbican Centre Museum of London. Interesting. I guess that's one reason to change at Barbican station. Now approaching Farringdon, change here for Thameslink services, the Metropolitan Line and Hammersmith City Line. As you see, a Thameslink service alongside us. This is Farringdon. mind the gap between the train and the platform edge. As I can hear an S-stop train. Yep. So we'll wait for this S-stop to arrive at Farringdon and then we'll depart. Somebody has actually made destinations for the Hammersmith and City Line and Circle Line stock train. Unfortunately, it is only for the S7+1, which I currently don't own, so I am a bit sad about that in terms of, they could have added it to the S8 stock and obviously just take one carriage out of the train. But unfortunately, they've only made it for that train specifically, so which makes sense, but it would have been nice for them to add it to the S8 so people who own the S8 only, like myself, could utilize the destinations for the Hammersmith City Line and Circle Line for this train as well, S8. Anyways, maybe in the future this trains will add it or something. Station is King's Cross St Pancras, where you can change the Victoria Line, Northern Line, and Metropolitan Line, Hammersmith City Line, National Rail Services, Eurostar Services, Southeastern High Speed Services, and I think that's all pretty much. Now approaching King's Cross St Pancras. This is King's Cross St Pancras. Northern. Actually, I forgot the Piccadilly line. I did forget that the Piccadilly line also stops at the station. So yeah, I mean, there's literally too many things that King's Cross St Pancras has changed for, to be fair. So I think most people forget one or two things about it. These stairs would be going onto the main concourse, up towards the other underground lines and National Rail Services, but this train is ready to depart. We do have a red signal here though, so I'm not too sure if we should depart yet. I can hear another train on the other side, so let's actually go check it out. Maybe. I can hear a train. Okay. Let's actually check if there's a train ahead of us because it's still giving us a red signal. Yeah, we have all red signals. The next 3 signals are red for us, so... But I can't see any trains. So I'm a bit confused. I think we should be okay. Where does that line go towards? Oh, those are the famous thing. Tracks. Yeah, I think we'll be good to go, so... Going. Next station is Euston Square. Maybe the signals will clear as we approach them, I'm assuming. Which doesn't really make sense in terms of the signal just after King's Cross and Pancras, because obviously we're standing still. Okay, we've got green signals now, so we should be okay. Euston Square. Changing for London Euston Station on all ground services and other underground services. According to that sign. For some reason I have upped the settings for this route and it seems to be running a lot better than it was when I had low settings, so I don't know why that is, it's just really weird in my opinion. But yeah, here's a quick map of the line. So we came from Aldgate, which called all stations till Euston Square. Then we've got part of the Hammersmith City line that goes to Barking, and then the Circle line up until Westminster at least. I really hope they add the whole Circle line to trains in there, that would be really cool. So yeah, I kind of hear an S8 stock, but it seems to be invisible, which is really weird. Anyways, let's get going. Next station is Great Portland Street. I was gonna say Baker Street there, but they kind of sound the same because the start with the end with what you call it, the same name. I can confirm the next station is Great Portland Street, not Baker Street. Arriving on another platform. This is Great Portland Street. That's a Metropolitan Line service calling all stations at Aldgate. As our train is going to Hammersmith via Paddington. this train is ready to depart. Please mind this. Next station is Baker Street. Another S8 stop, literally behind the one that just departed, Great Portland Street. So looks like there's a backup of trains on this part of the route today. I kind of feel like this part of the route is a bit clumsy because 3 different lines use the same piece of track, and if one of the trains on the line has issues, then basically all 3 lines have issues, which is kind of annoying because if you're taking a Metropolitan Line into the city, then, and let's say Baker Street has issues because of the Circle and Hammersmith City line, then you can't have any trains running to the city. So I do wish they had like a separate piece of track for all 3 lines, which would be really hard to do, but it would make the services a lot better, in my opinion. So we should be going straight down there, but unfortunately, the way that the quick drive is set up, we're arriving here, which is obviously incorrect. But let's just pretend there's construction works on those platforms, the Hammersmith City line and Circle line, and that's why we're arriving on these platforms. We're now arriving at Baker Street. Change it for the Bakerloo line, Jubilee line, Metropolitan line, and Hammersmith City line. Yeah, this is where we should be stopping at. But anyways, doesn't matter too much. And those are the stairs that go up towards the Metropolitan Line station. But yeah, that was just a quick drive between Aldgate and Baker Street using a C69 stock. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, share with your friends, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.